Welcome on into episode 11 of the Skin series here on Fortnite. Skin series that I have created myself. This is episode 11. And this one is interesting because obviously I think I just bought this skin within the past week. 2 weeks, I should say, 3 weeks. I bought it a month ago. Whenever I recorded this, I can't remember when I recorded this. But I will say that I obviously record these before I post them, way in advance. And I wanted to see what the OG Batman looked like, the one that they originally came out with a couple years ago, 2-3 years ago, the DC one, which obviously this is DC still, but the Ninja Knight Batman, when this came out around Christmas, I was blown away. Like, how he looks, the slight tears in the suit of what he has for his ninja style that they wanted to create for obviously what's Chapter 6 Season 1 are absolutely elite. I don't have any major affinity for Batman himself and the superhero that he is altogether because, frankly, a lot of what Batman is just doesn't ultimately appeal to me, although I get it. I really do. And I understand the like historical relevance of Batman from like the cartoon perspective and the, obviously the importance of the DC universe that is, there's no denying that. And the mythology of Batman and Gotham and all that stuff. There's no denying it in my mind. But one of the things that a lot of people have said is while I'm playing, especially when I'm playing with my nephew's friends and all that, is they're like, dude, you sound like Batman. I'm Batman. And when I do that, when I play like Batman, they tend to think that I actually am Batman. So when I'm playing like that, they're like, dude, you need to get a Batman skin. And that's what led me into the spiral of trying to find a Batman skin. Whenever they would come out with a Batman skin, I would look for the next best one that would come out. And again, like I said, there's another one they said that's going to come out here in January that I wanted to look at and see if it would be something that would be better for my arsenal. But I ultimately did the research on Fortnite wikis of ones they would return or ones that may come back, and I didn't want to miss my opportunity to get one when I could, because when this one came out, I thought this might be the one. So when you actually look at the skin altogether, this is what I like him as, is the hood off, because clearly you can see the Batman ears and all the stuff. But then you go onto the hood on, it's like if you really want to get sneaky, you can't see that in the dark. Like, sure, you can't see regular Batman in the dark either. But like, if you go and you look at hood off Batman, you still can't see it. But it's better with the hood on. Like, if you really want to get stealthy, right? And I know it's really like minor in detail, but like it matters when you're like talking about like, hiding around corners and hiding away from people in buildings from far away if they're trying to snipe you, or like little things like that. It changes. It's just those minor itty bitty things that change and help you with your game. But obviously a Batman skin was going to try to be stealthy anyway. And I feel like this is the more stealthy of all of them, because it's completely black. He's got the ninja, what is it called? What do they call the back bling on this one? The Bat Ninjato. So like, he has that, right? And clearly, I think it looks great. I wouldn't have got that with the other one, right? I wouldn't have got that type of differential with a different Batman. It would have been something different. It wouldn't have been basically a katana, right? Like, and that's what we get here, is we get that with this Batman. So I figured, you know what? It's a different back bling. It's a different pickaxe. It's something that I can utilize any other place if I want to. Plus, Batman can be used in any form because he is stealthy, because he is hard to see, because he is difficult. I've played against some people who play with this skin, and let me tell you, it's hard to see them. And let me tell you, it's sometimes, I think when you're up close, it's easier to hit the Batman because the chest is so big. But like, from a distance, tough, because he's dark, right? because he's dark from a distance. He's hard to see. Definitely a little bit of a more bulky skin, kind of like the Mike Myers skin I'd been talking about, but from an overall visual and the purpose of why I got the skin and why I like the skin is because, for God's sakes, it's Batman, and because the kids think I sound like Batman, and when they want to really play and they want to play together and they want me to do the Batman voice, here you go. So that's the story behind the Batman and the DC series. There's no real major affinity for Batman for myself. I didn't have anything behind that I was like, I really, really need a Batman skin. There's other DC skins here or other superhero skins. Like I obviously attribute more to the Marvel side, which is why I really, really liked Chapter 5, Season 4. And the storyline that they had. A lot of what they did too was kind of gimmicky because there was a lot of gimmicky stuff in Chapter 5, Season 4 that a lot of people didn't like. I didn't mind it. I didn't care. But from an overall perspective, I can see why a lot of people were like, like I didn't like that season because of X, Y, and Z, which there was a lot that not to like. I also, I'm not going to lie, I like Chapter 6 because there are things in Chapter 6, Season 1, when this came out that make it appealing to want to get, because a lot of it is built around stealth and like all the different martial arts and the different Japanese subculture and like things like that. So like there's a lot of those things that are kind of hinted in there that make this season a lot more interesting than compared to just straight up Marvel superheroes, action packed, full blast, full go, full crazy. Like that's not what this is. This is a little different. There's still some crazy wild things that are happening in Fortnite for Chapter 6 Season 1, but in regards to like the aesthetics and like how things are set up, it's very beautiful. It's very open-ended. It feels like the maps are way bigger, all those things. And what I mean by all this, by saying this with the Batman skin, is that what are the chances we see this type of Batman later on? Based on the type of system that we're in right now with the Japanese subculture and all these other sublets that are going on right now with Fortnite. I don't think we're ever going to see this skin again. I mean, there's some skins that I'm about to talk about that I got that hadn't been on the market in over 2 years. And I got them over the Christmas season because they decided to return them. And if they hadn't been in the shop for 2 years, it had been at least a year. And those are the kind of things where you sit there and you say, yeah, those are rare. Those aren't going to be here anymore. Or like they might not ever come back, or they might be something that's going to be rare to find altogether. And so I thought, it's kind of how Epic gets you, right? How like companies will get you, how they want you to pick and choose like something based upon the now, or think that it's going to be like an impulse buy. I try not to make things an impulse buy. I try to make things as logical and as obvious as possible. And seeing this skin, I was like, you know what? I can wait for the other skin to come out. I can wait for a Batman to come out that's more like united with stuff. Because it sounds like they're going to try and have another DC season here in the future. With the bunch of DC and Marvel stuff going on right now, that's about to come back out. But overall, when you look at this skin, the chances of it coming back, I think, are rare because it's so themed with what they have right now. They're not going to have this theme either for a long time or ever again. And you look at the other DC Batman, and it was so much more generic and, I don't want to say cheesy, but so much less of a thing to use in actual like usage for what Fortnite is, which is you're playing Battle Royale. I didn't think that other Batman would have been something usable. I think there's like 2 other Batman skins that they've had in the past, and I looked at the research on both of them and I thought, I think this one's the best one I'm going to get, this Ninja Knight Batman, the one that just came out. Yes, it's got the Japanese subculture theme to it, but like I said, I think this is going to be the most usable one that I can get moving forward, whereas the other ones, they're just kind of, they are what they are. They're Batman. They're original Batman-like skins. Those ones are so, like, blue and seeable and all that. This one is not. This one is actually stealthy, and knowing that if I was going to play regularly with this skin on a more regular basis, I'd be more comfortable playing with it in ranked. I could easily play with this in ranked and not feel like I'm like a sore thumb, sticking out like a sore thumb. And so that's the value of this skin. That's why I like it. The kids think that I sound like Batman. That's why I'm getting it, and that's why I have it. We're done with this. We're done with episode 11. We'll see you in episode 12. Thanks again for watching, everybody.